We're going to have a look at the first step of the coaching session process, which is connecting. So coaching relies on good quality relationship. It's one of the key ingredients to successful coaching. The goal of the connect process is for us to improve the relationship so that we can have a good coaching engagement. So the thing to bear in mind is that when we start the coaching session, we've both come from very different environments where there was probably a lot going on in each of those environments, and we bring a lot of that stuff with us. So what we're wanting to do at the beginning of the coaching session is just let go of all that stuff that's been going on there so that we can focus completely on the coaching session, focus on the relationship. The next thing that we need to accomplish in the connect process at the beginning of the coaching session is to create an environment of trust and safety for the player. Trust and safety are crucial elements to coaching because they allow the player to explore particularly what's not working for them without worrying about being judged or shamed. So there's a simple way of getting that done. Underneath this method that I'm going to show you is two simple elements of trust and safety. You'll find that in any relationship you engage with in your life, these two elements, if you do a good job of bringing these two elements, you'll find that trust and safety will increase quite dramatically. So the first element is attention. It's about listening. It's about being interested in the other person. The other element is about being vulnerable. And that means that while you're interested in the other person, there's also a piece around you being prepared to show your soft underbelly. So the simple technique is a check-in around highs and lows as you're experiencing them right now in your life. What's working for you? What are your highs? And what's not working for you? What are your lows? It's important that you approach this from your whole life perspective and not from a work perspective, because there's very little vulnerability that's going to be shared if you're having a work conversation around what's working at work and what's not working at work. So that process, what it does is it shows that there's interest and attention. I'm keen to know what your story is, what's working for you and what's not. And also, I can share my vulnerability with you by showing you what's working for me and what's not working for me. The other big outcome of this process is you're going to get a really good sense of context for your player as they're sitting in their lives right now. So as you approach the work element of the coaching session, you have a really good sense of where they're coming from a whole life perspective. So, simple technique, shouldn't take longer than 2 or 3 minutes. In fact, you don't want it to go longer than 2 or 3 minutes, because then you're not in a check-in process, you're in a whole long story. And that's not going to be helpful to anybody. So you want to be nice and concise about what's working, what could be different, and then segue into the rest of the coaching session. Simple technique. I invite you to try it. There's many other ways you can do it. I invite you to try those too, but here's a simple thing you can start with. So the next thing we're going to be having a look at is reviewing the previous coaching session. So I'll catch you in that video in a little bit.